Immigrant gets rejected from job in rudest way, so his daughter made HR pay for it. An immigrant gets rejected from a job in the rudest way, and his daughter doesn't take it lying down. America is supposed to be the land of opportunity. Statue of Liberty reads, "Give me your tired, your poor. Your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the last wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these homeless tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. The Statue of Liberty is supposed to welcome immigrants to this country so that they realize their American dream. Unfortunately, there are certain world leaders. We believe that the borders of America should be closed off from people from other countries and they should not be allowed in. Unfortunately, there are people here in EU.S. that agree with that idea. Even though this country was built by immigrants, there are people who are intolerant of them. This is the story of the day an immigrant got rejected from a job application in the most rudest of ways, and his daughter made human resources pay for it. You'd expect the manager of a human resources department to know how to treat humans with courtesy and respect, right? Unfortunately, not everybody knows how to do that. Bruce Peterson was an HR manager. He was going through applications from applicants when he came across an application from a Vietnamese immigrant named Minh Yoon. He had a relevant amount of job experience, but Peterson didn't want to hire an immigrant. He sent the man a rude and aggressive email that started a Twitter storm. It also got people talking about the hardships that immigrants face every day. There's nothing wrong with an HR manager wanting to hire an employee who can speak English, but there is no need for the ugly response that men received from him. Not only was it unprofessional, it could have easily destroyed this man's confidence when all he was trying to do was support his family. Emily read her father's email because he didn't understand what it meant. The email read, "Let me tell you now, if you speak no English, I will send you home." Well, the HR manager's contact info was listed in the email, so when Emily saw that email she decided to lash out against the man. She posted a photo of the email and her caption, "Read non-English speakers really have it hard because my dad just got rejected from this job offer," and the email literally stated, "Let me tell you now, if you no speak English I will send you home WTF plus all the bruises." Emails were also very unprofessional and passive-aggressive. Her original post was shared over 23,000 times. It was liked over 50,000 times and received 555 comments. Soon after she posted an update to the story, she wrote, "My dad isn't hurt, he just doesn't fully understand the concept of someone not hiring him for his lack of English when he has more experience than most people." Her father wrote down the word grammar. He asked Emily what it meant and that it was the reason that he wouldn't get the job. Emily was heartbroken for her father. Emily was disgusted by what that man had done to her father, and she wasn't the only one. When her tweet went viral, people began sending her their support. One person worked for a law firm who specializes in workplace discrimination, and they wanted to speak to Emily. They also mentioned that they had contacted their headquarters as well as the business that Bruce Peterson worked for. Soon after, Emily received a message from Bruce's company. The company informed her and her father that what Mr. Peterson said in his email was inappropriate and not consistent with the company's values. They mentioned that they are an equal opportunity employer and that they were proud of their diverse workforce. At the end of the message, they mentioned that after a full investigation into the matter, Mr. Peterson had been fired. That wasn't the end of Emily and her dad's story either. Many of their supporters sent messages of jobs in their area for which her father could apply. Not only to these people feel for their family, they also tried to help him find work that he desperately needed. Emily father said he didn't want to cause any trouble. She said that her father had forgiven Mr. Peterson and he just wanted to move on. He chose not to be confrontational by going through with the lawsuit. Instead, he was spending his time and energy learning more English. He even kept a notebook by his laptop to help him perfect his English. According to Emily, she stopped getting messages from law firms, but the job opportunities kept pouring in. The original reason that she posted the email was to call out the HR manager whose job it was to make sure that employees were treated fairly. How could an HR manager do that if he couldn't even be professional and kind to applicants? Emily never expected something like this to happen. She was overjoyed with the outpouring of support and love that people had for her and her father. She was also amazed by how many people felt for her father. She realized that not everyone felt the way as some about people who come to America from other countries with hopes of making a better life for themselves and their families heavily. Just wanted people to see the intolerance. And some people, what she got was the human resources manager, fired support for her father who just wanted to work hard, and plenty of job opportunities for her dad to look through. Her post also opened him up to trying harder to get a better grasp of the English language so that nothing like this ever happens again. That HR manager's email was not only unprofessional and rude, it was actually borderline racist. Emily's story just goes to show you that intolerance is not acceptable in the United States. There are people out there who are willing to stand up and fight against intolerance and racism. The Statue of Liberty welcomes immigrants to the United States, and the citizens of EU should be equally as accepting. Subscribe for more.